Hello. Hey, Black Flames. Luigi. You're gonna have a lurk? You're at work. Safi real? I always wonder, am I like, I don't expect them to respond, but I'm like, am I in a tab or something on their work computer? How are y'all doing? Today, Thursday? I think today's Thursday. Ooh, my back. Black. Well, I hope y'all are doing well. Just doing a short little stream today, probably, because I don't know how much time I'll have, like, to get anything actually done, but I did get my Wednesday stream, so I'm trying to get, like, a Thursday stream in, you know? Hey, Destacado. It has been a bit. I haven't been streaming as much lately. How's your gym sesh? I saw you hit a new PR. Yeah, personal best. Yeah, I think I did that last week. But it was a pretty big deal to me. I have your stream in a background while you finish your drawing. What are you working on? Also, hey, Doric. But yeah, I might go ahead and just get started because I don't know how much time we'll have. Look, it's me. I'm a person again. I mean, I kind of miss the cute little, like, avatars, but I don't know. I was like, I guess I could say hi today. Hey, Trink, a cute dragon. But yeah, today is another squat day. Oh my goodness, Bikake, thank you so much for subscribing. 16 months. Good to see you. I also sat down and I didn't grab my art glove, so we're going in raw. Thank you. This has come a ways, I think. I had to do, like, all these gradient things like Bikake had told me. Let me take it back. This is where it was. After I did, like, the new sketch. Did some overpainting. Did some more overpainting. More little blush layer. And then I'm gonna pop lines on. You're drawing on a Cure mermaid from Go. The Speak Cure. I don't know what that is. Cure mermaid from. Interesting. You didn't get to guess, it's true. I know. I always think about it, Gachiras. I'm like, alright, what is Gachiras gonna guess this time? I know. Wow. It's an anime. Okay. It looks so good. Thank you. So here's my dilemma right now with it a little bit is I'm pretty happy. I need to just do a little bit more rendering on some of the gold, render the hair, and do, like, final polish on the face. And then I think I might redo the lines. But mostly because I really just cheated them. And I'm going to cheat them again. I just, like, added a stroke to all of it. So I might just do that again. You know, I only added, like, a few of these, like, inner lines. But half of them don't look very good, so I might just redo it. Hey, Velvet. Good to see you. But even when was so awesome with just simple sketch lines. And thank you. I've enjoyed this picture. It was fun, like, actually coming back to it, I guess. But I'm also, like, I don't know, getting more comfortable with keeping things, like, looser as I, like, go in and polish, like, little things. But I'm trying to get more comfortable with leaving things at a rougher finish. Yeah. And it's like, mostly I gotta tidy up this area. And I kind of don't love the cloth. It looked different. Always looks different. But it looks different when I have, like, the slightly darker background, which is how I've mostly been working on it. Hello, Mighty Maddie. Howdy. Also, look at me. I'm like a traitor. It's still Diet Coke, but it's the caffeine-free one. I don't know. I gravitate more towards caffeine-free, like, after a certain time. And I don't know. I'm just getting old, I think. But I'll have, like, pre-workout, you know, later today. You want to explain? Just caffeine-free? I don't know. You need? Do you also like caffeine-free? I know. It's kind of sad because it's like, it's dumb. Honestly, it's dumb. But it's like I think about things like that. I'm like, who am I if I don't drink Diet Coke, you know? Hey, RW. How's it going? But it's nice to be back. I always say it. I keep abandoning you guys, and I don't like it. But I feel like this is like some bad relationship now where I like say, oh wow, I missed you guys so much, and then I avoid you guys like the rest of the week, and then I'm back like, wow, I sure did miss you guys. You know? But it's nice. I would like to be here more. I'm a problem, it's me, yeah. You're a true art streamer now? I know. I don't drink coffee. I don't want to be one of those people who won't function without it. Yeah. You're super sensitive to caffeine, but you like cola above all other flavors. It gets rough. Yeah, I kind of, what do you think of, like, Dr. Pepper? Because I've heard, like, Dr. Pepper has, like, one of those more unique, flavor profiles. I don't know specifically, but I heard something, like, interesting about Dr. Pepper for that reason. She still misses us, that's what counts. I do. I've been enjoying, though, like, posting on Instagram and, like, I don't know, getting to still be like, oh hi, look, I'm not dead. I feel like when I, like, disappeared last time for, like, over a month, I had people, like, reaching out being like, you still alive? Are you okay? And I'm like, yeah, I'm alright. I just suck. You know what I mean? Thank you. Did you see my most recent one? You've tried Dr. Pepper, but it wasn't the same. Also in Sweden, so it's not available. Really? Lousy doctor? What do you mean, Trink? I'm trying. I just got some knee sleeves, and I'm really excited about it, because I've heard good things. I've heard that, like, you know, maybe you can add, like, 25 pounds to, like, I don't know if that's true. But people say it, that you can, like, add 25 pounds to your squat. Yeah. So, like, last time was the day I did my 1 rep PR of, like, a plate, which is 135 pounds. Yeah. And so I know. I don't know. Some Bleach wrist. Like Bleach the anime wrist wraps? I thought the 25 pounds were added if you didn't do squat. Oh. Wait, what do you mean? That's pretty dope. I don't know. I'm excited. I'll have to let y'all know if it goes well. I'll be sad though. My legs are a little sore. From my last I guess from my deadlift day recently. So we'll see. I would like to be able to do another like 45, but would also be content with just doing more reps of 40. The Hollow Ichigo wrist straps. That's pretty cool. I feel like I've seen like a few people like get anime like belts and stuff, and that's pretty sick. Did you hide the body? Do you work out with a septum? I do when I have it in. I don't like take it out if I'm going to the gym, you know? Yeah, that's one of the ones I saw. That was like pretty sick. Maybe they have like a JoJo. Like a JoJo belt. That would maybe be neat. Hey Pixie, I'm glad to see you online again. This piece is looking awesome. Thank you, Carney, man. I hope you're doing well. I'm looking forward, unless it's already happened. I was gonna say I'm looking forward to your bikini stream. I'm just biking every day. What do you guys think about cardio? I think it's probably good for you. I just don't do it. Like sometimes I'll go on like the stair steppers and do like 10 minutes of that before I leave the gym. But I just don't. I think it's bad, but I don't really do a lot of cardio. If it's gonna be a bikini stream, but it's definitely gonna be. Oh, okay. I see. Happens to other people. Yeah, I kind of work out with like a group of people who mostly are into like more powerlifting-esque stuff. So they don't like cardio. But they've been doing it more. I think it's probably just because it's like almost swimsuit season. Oh man, that'd be great. I don't know how to say your name. HRTBRK kid. Thank you for following. While walking is best cardio, but not limited to long form. Sprints and short sessions are the best for everyone. See, maybe if I'm feeling up to it, like next time I'm with like my horses, I might just like do some sprinting because it's like it's hard to. Oh man, you're probably right. Got you. I see. I'm sorry. I'm just an old boomer. I don't know shortened names. I see. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling better. I swear I go through waves though, so I don't know. I don't know. I go through waves, like I said, where I feel really good and then I feel pretty bad. But at the moment, I feel pretty good. I had like a revelation last night. Not last night, but yesterday, about like, oh, I probably should try and keep a schedule. Just because I seem to just not do well without one. And even though I don't want to keep one, I think I should have one. Yeah, other than that, I'm pretty good. The boys team did a push-pull day on Tuesday, and one of the junior girls saw the coach with his shirt off, and she looked at me and said, if I take my shirt off, she was gonna hurl. I get funny. I will say, I like doing gym pictures and stuff, but I swear, I don't know how people like get used to doing it. Like, do they just like sit in front of their mirrors all day and then just like practice posing prior to going to like the gym for one of those pictures? Or like what? Because like whenever I get there, I'm like, you do like the pose where you're like kind of showing your chest but also your butt, and that's all I know. All I know. Hey, great now. Sleep later. Good to see you. You gotta commit 100%. Yeah. Yeah. You don't take pictures publicly, but yeah, just enjoy your progress and take a pic. See, that's another thing, is it's like, I feel like my muscles look pretty bad. They look pretty bad in pictures. So I need to figure out how to like video the muscles better. You don't bring your phone or headphones to the gym? Do you just go in like with nothing? Do you go with a group or just by yourself? Best at gym pics either. Yeah. You just like flexing in a mirror. 2 sets of curls and then 2 sets of photos. Surprise cameras are even allowed in the gyms. Yeah. There's a ton of cameras. Like, I know in my, at my gym, I'm in, just because I'm always there, I'm in like Instagram pictures of like my gyms. I don't know, their own promo pictures, just in the background, just standing there being like, yep. See, that's what I was wondering. It's like, sometimes your brother, okay. Yeah, gym music does suck. However, like, have a certain amount of like, I jam to it now, because I do listen to it most of the time when I'm with, also, how long have I been using that tool? Whenever I'm with friends. But if I have to like split from them to like do my own workout, I'll usually like put on headphones. Yeah, I was gonna say, you're gonna be mad. Donut soup. Thank you for following. Hey, Scott. Okay. Also, completely random. Oh, maybe I'll wait. I'll go wait with my completely random. I'm perfect for those before shots as long as I don't have to do the after shots, so you're good. Sit and think about things. Wow. Oh man, congrats. I don't know what kilograms are, but I know that that's big. That's awesome. 10 reps. Nice to see your face again. Thank you. Characters look awesome. Thank you. Yeah. Sheesh. But yeah, I don't know. Working out has definitely been like a thing that I think about probably a lot. Oh, what I was gonna say though was, are you guys excited for the Resident Evil 4 remake? Because I don't know anything about it. Hey, Arca. But I like asked my friends because I was like hearing Calvin going on and on and on about how he's like not streaming today because he doesn't want to be upset about, I don't know, something, people playing Resident Evil 4 or something. I'm not sure. I didn't fully understand, but I don't know. I asked my friends and they were all like, oh yeah, I love Resident Evil 4. Of course I'm going to play it. I'm like, okay, how was I supposed to know? Waiting for it for a long time. You never played it? I heard it was one of the or liked. Interesting. Yeah, I think that's kind of what I was hearing, is that it's fairly iconic. New chair? No, it's the same chair. Oh my sock fuzz. Thank you for subscribing. I really appreciate it. I don't think it even really needed a remake. It's pretty old though, right? Give new stuff. Since the Nemesis first time. Code Veronica. Yeah, the first 3 are in one style and 4 is different but well liked. Oh, can you? I still need to re-download Battle.net. It's almost 2 decades old now. Okay, yeah. It's older, but it already has a remaster, and there's a mod to upscale the textures. And you, okay, I see. I wonder why they're doing it then. I mean, other than to be like, look, it's a new one. That's why. Is the design around a lot? I think it's just better, TBH. I mean, I'm sure I'm gonna watch somebody else play it, but I don't know. I was gonna say, I don't know how similar they are, but what is the one with like, yeah, the village. I feel like that was pretty cool. Right? That was with like the vampire chicks. Also, this is like Skrillex. If you watch a video, I feel like Skrillex looks completely different than how they used to. I mean, they look good. They got like a beard and such. Village was good. That's what I thought. I really enjoyed it. Or I enjoyed watching it. What are we gonna listen to? It auto-played. I don't think I want this song though. Like, I really jam with this, but it's also like not the best. Or maybe it's like, I think this mix or set is just very chaotic and maybe like annoying to people who don't like this type of music. I like it. And I like this part, like being like, you need to know who you are. You were never into her? I mean, hmm. Hmm. I mean, not even her daughters? Oh yeah, but I've been jamming with that. Like, you gotta know who you are. I'm like, who am I? They had chaotic energy. Step out, Baxter. I need to tell you something. The laughs. I think I just enjoyed all of like the different enemies you went up against. And like how they each had like their own little thing. They're all pretty cool. Okay. Can't get distracted. We're so close, y'all. And I need to also not like lose track of time too badly. This picture was for fun. Kind of want to make stickers of it too. Like after the fact. I've been working on this picture for so long. Like I was thinking about that the other day. Like at least for how long this picture has not been finished, it's been like over a year. It's like that's pretty bad. That's pretty bad, y'all. Super forceps. Thank you for following. Love you, Truth Queen. But why? I know a girl who hated Lady D, but was into the. I see. Yeah, not for me. But that is an interesting take, I guess, our preference. I was like thinking back to the guy and I was like, ew. A while back, I went to a convention all about like oddities and such. And a big thing that everybody was like super into, like a lot of people had like mannequins with the mask on, and it was of, I think it's called The Thing or the deep, is it the Dark Lagoon? The fish guy, you know? Like the old movie. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? You saw another artist do something very interesting on their stream. I've been meaning to try it. They box off the areas they prefer the viewer's eyes to be drawn to. Think profile crop of their image. They said it helps them stay focused on the areas to go render crazy on. That you shared to get your thoughts. So like you're saying like just zoom in on the spot that you think like most people are gonna have their attention drawn to, and then just really render that part more. Is that what you mean? Yeah, the Black Lagoon. Okay, the creature from the Black Lagoon. Yeah, so many people were into that, and they like kind of were like, I mean, I didn't blame them because I was gonna say, I too think that the creature from the Black Lagoon is like pretty good. I like Ape Sapien and stuff. So, but I feel like that's not as bad as liking that other fish guy, you know, from the village. The Sly Bandits, thank you for following. Welcome in. Also, hello, E-Shirt Slabs. You know what I mean? Also, Vanilla Baby. Thank you for following as well. You're looking at it right now. Do you not agree? You're not seeing it? I feel like I need to go look up a picture. Dude. Hold on. Like, if you were to take this image and then crop it for a profile pic, they render... That's the area that they render the most, and then they go out from there. That's smart. I think from what I've heard from... And that's not how I've been doing it. But from... I was hearing from Bukake, they're another Twitch streamer artist, and they were saying that they kind of like to work in an area and get that to like a certain level of detail and then start slowly like moving throughout the piece and bringing things up or close, maybe less, but up to about that level. But you don't want to sit and like hyper render out this hand because you don't want a super rendered hand and then everything else be like not so rendered, you know? I don't know if you agree. I don't know if I agree. It's a good idea. Better to move around the image a lot to avoid over-rendering one area over the others. That's why I made a whole thing about... See, I know Sockfuzz. I was like, that movie was for me. Like, most people probably were like, why is this girl like trying to bang this fish? I'm like, it's because it was made for me. My story. Tentacles have been a thing for so long, and that's okay, but not... Then nothing is fishy. Like, I can understand the creature from The Shape of Water, but not this guy. Well, I feel like that guy had, like, started the trend, you know? Also, that's kind, Arca. I try. I try. I feel like I have a very weird relationship with art right now. Like, I'm super into it all and passionate about it, but it's like I have never felt less expectation on myself than ever before, you know? Oh yeah, for sure, I can agree with that. The idea is more in line with what Pixie just said, like to not hyper-focus on the hand. Yeah. Will you redeem a critique? I mean, like, I get it. Sure, Arca. Or maybe in, like, a minute. Give me a minute. Give me a minute or two. It's fun to see different artists. It's fun to see artists' different processes. Thank you for your thoughts and feedback. Of course, anytime. I always like talking about art. I always joke about it whenever I'm in, like, Calvin's stream. Because, like, sometimes I don't get a lot of art questions. And I'm like, why not? I love art questions. Why won't people ask me more questions? I would want a mommy fish monster to myself. Alright, and like Abe Sapien though, what a gentleman. You know, if you're gonna like fall in love and marry like a fish man, it should be Abe Sapien. Oh, no. I would love to, Arca. I just was like focusing at the moment. And see, I'm also now wondering because I'm like, I'd be fine. I think it'd be fine if you want to do it. Vincente. Yeah, Vincente. Thanks you for resubscribing. Thank you. I think love for fishmen is subconsciously reinforced by the imagery of the creature from the Black Lagoon. Lots of yeah. Whisking a pretty lady away, scooping her up in his arms, etc. Right? See, that's what I heard like Guillermo del Toro like talking about was how he was really upset with that movie because he's like, it seemed like a romance between these two characters, and then it was like a not good thing or something. I have tons of questions, but I get self-conscious, like, am I interrogating a streamer or trying to monopolize their attention? I wouldn't worry about it. I mean, I kind of like, I don't ever really mind. If I miss it, I'm probably just sorry that I missed it, and then you should ask it again. Whisking her away. Yeah. That voice. Yeah. Whisking. I would say that there were some characters, y'all. There were some characters at that convention I went to. Like, there was this guy, and it seemed normal, and it looked like they were holding like a kid or something. And my friend pointed out to me, they were holding a puppet. And they were like showing the puppet all of like the things in each like in each of the little, like, what would you call it? Like each table, like looking at all the different things. And not only are they holding like a puppet and like talking to it and showing it things, but the puppet is like of an old lady. I don't know. It was just interesting. Interesting folks. But I was like, I can't tell, maybe if they're like, is it a ventriloquist or something, maybe? And that's like their vibe, is having like a creepy puppet. Andy Spartan, thank you for following. And some jester art, thank you as well. You made a brush with the frills for the hood, or did you download it? This one? This part here? I just did it by hand. I did, however, mimic... Oh, I was gonna say, I hope these are all safe. There's this picture. I can't remember who the artist was because I've just saved it on like one of my folders being like, art that I like. But I was kind of mimicking like how they did their wrinkles here. Or frills. Because it was like, it's simple, but it doesn't... It's still reading as frills without it being too intense. Perhaps they lost their grandma and they were trying to keep her memory of her alive. Maybe. Or like one of the booths had like a bunch of like fetal kittens in jars, which I'm like, okay, you know, wet specimens. But they had like a lot. And one of the things that you have to do when you go to this convention is you have to like say you got your stuff in like some I think ethical, maybe it's sustainable way. But I was like, where does this person work? Or do they have like a friend who works at like a animal shelter or something? Because they just had so many kittens. I did. Mm-hmm. Containing ashes of their grandma. Yeah, I could believe that. She barely got a look of horror on her face in most of the pictures, probably because they want her to look good in the promos. Yeah, she's unconscious. Yeah. Thank you. I'm nearing the finish, I think. I hope. Actually, let me I need to focus on one thing real fast. I need to just get in here and just paint this stuff actually the right color of gold. And if I do that, it should be a lot better. But yeah, thank you. Yeah, I'm trying to get this done though. I feel like, I don't know. There's not a lot more I could do to it to really, I think, at least there's not a lot more I'm willing to do to it to finish it beyond my small little list of things. Like, I know I could sit here and render everything, like, a lot more, but don't know if that's what I want. Hard black shadows. I love that in art, and so I want to try and do more of it. Hey, Kaiser. How's it going? But yeah, that convention was pretty cool. I didn't buy too many weird things, but I did get like a mouse in a jar, and I got like a shell or a crawfish in a jar, and then I got some crystals. So I was like pretty tame. I was really trying to. Oh, and I got a skull. I did also get a skull. I forgot that. It's actually that skull right there. Afan's Mucha? Wow, thank you. I feel like it's also like with the head silhouette on this picture, it kind of can maybe give that vibe. And also, like, my gold is so sloppy, but I think it should be fine. I was like, I don't expect too many people to like be looking at this like super closely. Yeah, yeah. I do kind of I think what, let me double check. Yeah, I think what Mighty Maddie was saying like earlier was probably something I should do. And it's weird to me that I didn't do it. Like most of the time I feel like I do start with the face and then really render the face and then struggle to get everything else up to that render. But on this one, it's like I left the face pretty simple. Like her eyebrows aren't even done or anything. And I was just like, I'll just go and do the rest of the picture. So now I have to go back in and actually like bring her face up to like a fairly high polish, you know? Attributed to the art style of the time. They couldn't grasp the concept of feet in the face and substituted by the implied horny. Mm-hmm. It's strange, huh? Are you Strange Opinion? I'm pretty sure you are, but it's like I can't remember if you are. Oh. Zimzatoma? I doubt I said that right, but thank you for following. I feel like I don't know how to say or how to pronounce like an X. Like when I see that, I guess Xavier? X-Sims? I don't know. Thank you for following. Oh, I will not change it. I see. It's so ambitious. Real level up piece. How do you think about balancing your values on render versus you use those juicy black inks? Also, hey FX. Thank you. I guess I kind of have been working in light values because I'm using, I think, the black lines as my deep values. Like, I think there's only dark values in her eyes, other than that, and everything else is really light. Like if I turn this off, we slap a value layer on. It's like, it's mostly just her hair is dark. And so without the lines, it really doesn't have a lot of depth. And I don't know if that's smart. It's just what I've done. I have been working on it for months. I mean, I don't know if I've actually been working on it for months since when I decided to start working on it again. Because like up until then, I hadn't done any work, you know? Line dependency. Well, so it started by, I was gonna align this picture completely. And then I didn't know at the time how to do line work for lace. And so then I abandoned the picture for like months. But then like Bikake was like, you know, you don't need lines if you don't want lines. And I'm like, oh, what do you mean? They're like, yeah, screw the lines. I'm like, but I like the lines. But I sat there and tried to like work on painting. And then I was like, oh, I think I'm at a point now where I would maybe like to add my lines back in. So I did. And I think it's fun. Like I can tell I need to add some like in the bust area. But it's fun. Sure, Arca. I mean, you can redeem it and you can post it, and then I'll like load it up in like a minute. Super cool. Thank you. You want to learn the lines, but you cannot? I don't know. I like to paint. It's very close to the Hades style. It's lit. Yeah, I love that the way the Hades like art team did all their art. I love it. Like I love it a lot because it reminds me of like Mike Mignola. Exclamation mark feedback. I think that'll tell you. I think it's to put it in the Discord in the feedback section. Also, hey, Joe the Poet. But yeah, it reminds me of Mike Mignola, and I love his art with like all the harsh like black lines and stuff. And then like JoJo Part 3 and Part 5 had a lot of like hefty uses of black lines. I loved it. Yikes. Hey, Hobby Mary. Good to see you. Also, some dude drawing. What's up? All right. I'm gonna go E. And then I'll come back and I'll do your redeem or your critique, Arca, okay? I'll be back, okay? See you guys in a second. All right, BRB. I'm back. I know, all of my fish are like on the other side of my tank right now because, so I'm trying to breed snails and they're in like a weird little like tank within a tank and they have like some food in there that the other fish are trying to eat. No more only snails. I'll tell you what, I'm still recovering from that. Like, the amount of snails I have in my poor tank is tragic. I like pull like 20 plus snails out a day. It's really bad. Okie dokie. Let me see. So, is there anything? I think you're done, right, Arca, on this? So this is just like feedback for the future. Okay. Only snails. I mean, it looks great. Let me post it here. Oh, big file. Is there anything you feel like you're struggling with on, like, in general with art? I guess with this piece even? A thick file, I know. Yeah, this is for anybody who didn't know, this was for Bikake's Character Creation Friday, and they had to draw this Harpy Mommy. Cash shadows. Ooh. Not cash shadows. Okay. Okay, I think I actually do see a big one that I would point out to you. And I think this will actually make your art feel more, probably 3D, I would say. I will say one small thing before I talk about cash shadows would be, I think I feel like you didn't leave enough space for the cranium to like be bigger. Like, I feel like you could have gone a bit bigger. On the head and just give it like a bigger shape. Because like, you've seen this, right? Where you have a head, right? You have the hairline. To make it have like volume, you want to think of like a certain amount up off the head in all directions, or at least in a few directions. I'm gonna have the hair poofing out. But you don't want it to be necessarily laying on the head unless you're trying to go for a sleek hair style, you know? But that's more just like my opinion on that. Okay, but what I was gonna say is, so how do I explain it? You kind of want your shadows to kind of match the color of your setting. Which is why I don't typically draw like big porch or not like big pieces where I have to like think about how to like make sure the shadows and stuff work for it. But I think, let's see. I feel like you probably wouldn't be getting this pink unless, like, I don't know. I feel like you're gonna get a lot more like green and like a different color in your shadows than what you have here. What color should I try? I guess a thing I could show you, which is how someone taught me, was you get your sphere, right? And I also don't think you have like a specific highlight color. So like, I'd say your midtone is like the only color you really have for defining the like 3D volume for the character. Unless it's like that, and that's like super subtle. So let's say you got a highlight color, right? We'll add that later. So on a new layer, set it to multiply. Let me drag it over and see it. But I made a new layer. I'm gonna set it to clipping. And then I'm gonna make it multiply. And then I'm gonna just pick your background color and apply it to it. And then I could lighten it, like lower the opacity a bit. And then what I've been told to do as well is now make a new layer. Same thing. Clipping mask, set it to color dodge, and then pick like your light or a light color. That wasn't right. You kind of have to like gauge it now at this point. So I'm gonna now put a mask. It's a lot of steps. So you gotta put a mask on it. And now, let's see if I can change the color to fit it all better. Okay. So that would be our lighting scenario. So you can almost see, I'm using this, can you see it? There's like a green color here, and that's what is set to color dodge. This is Arca's work. Hey, Zomber. But you can see we started with like your skin tone, but you applied the shadow of your environment. And then you added the light source as well. And so to me, like, why is that so big? Oh, I guess. But it's like, to me, this feels like it fits in this scene a bit better than the pink shadow, you know? And then an additional hot tip is you kind of get your like Terminator. So on top of all this, I'll just start painting on a new clipping mask. Where is it? So we can have your bounce light. Or maybe not bounce. It's just like, you need you to have your Terminator. Is that what it is? That's the darkest part of your shadow, which is like on the edge. And then in addition, you kind of want to go in here and probably add some subsurface scattering, like in the edge. Let's see. Since it is skin. I don't think that was very good, if I'm being honest. But having something like that, good. You can go and pop in like your highlight. Wow. That's a nice looking orb. Thank you. But I feel like keeping that in mind when you're doing your shading, especially when you have a big scene, that'll help a lot. And I think the quick way of getting, like, say the shadow color is just grab literally the atmosphere sky color, kind of, and then start with that as your base. And if you want to get crazy in the future, you can make the light whatever you want. So say you drew your character and they have their, like, default, shoot, what is the word? I can't remember the word. There's the local values. That's not right. Because characters will have like their default colors. And like you can pop those in and then change the lighting to fit that. You know what I mean? Y'all following me? I can't remember the word. But another thing is, so here you have your cast shadow, right? But in reality, again, if we're using this pink color, where is it? Okay, so you're using this pink color, right? You don't want your cast shadow, like, you have to decide how you want to go about it. Because sometimes when things are really like washed out, you might lose the detail in the brightness and in the light. And then there's also scenarios, and then you would have your detail in the shadows. Or you'll have the opposite where you lose detail in the shadows. So here, it's like, yeah, there's abs there, but you're probably not going to be able to really see it too much. If they're in like in the shadow. But also, it's like, you can't have a shadow on top of a shadow. I mean, you can. It's just they blend together, you know? Unless, of course, there's like some type of ambient occlusion going on. So like maybe you have like a deeper part of the shadow in here, but you still have like the main shadow. So yeah, same thing around like the face, the hair. And then you'd also get like the cast shadow here. Like, I think you're doing I think I call it like, is it surface shadow? Or it's plane shadows versus cast shadow. And I think you're treating the two differently, but at the same time, so say in our orb scenario, how to like do it like in your style, more like in your style, it would be smooth, right? And then we'd have a darker part. Okay. But let's say we have something like covering it up and blocking it. Like maybe there's like a cylinder over the bottom half. Or over the top half. Let's do the top. It's just gonna look like this. I can draw. My goodness. So do you kind of see how, like, kind of how, like, the two of them became, like, one thing? Sorry, I'm, like, trying to manage my layers. Yeah, and that would be the cast shadow. So it's like, it's not necessarily a different color or anything. It's just that area now has a sharp shadow versus a soft shadow. The further away whatever the object is, like the softer, like that edge will end up being, you know? But it would still be a cast shadow. So I'm trying to think of, for your picture, the direction you have her cast shadows going make me feel like I'm not sure how necessarily the wing would be impacting the rest of the shadows or everything. Like maybe like a decent bit of her body would be in cast shadow. Let me see if I can try and like maybe lighten those shadows really quick. I don't know if that just makes it look dull, but yeah, so let's say in your scenario, it seems like your light source is coming from this way. So again, we'd have like adding, I think you need to also consider adding that one additional value to your work, because you have your shadow and then you have your mid-tone, but you're not really going into your highlights at all, and or you're not going deep enough into your shadow, I feel. So it's like I would consider like popping this plane up and off the face a bit. Of course, you don't have to be as dramatic as I'm being, but yeah, because it's like, I know I made your picture smaller, but I think I mostly just saw like only a highlight really on the nose and maybe on the brow. And so I think you can just, you might want to increase the difference in the value. You know, so when you look at the values, you see a bigger, like it captures more of the value scale, I guess. I'm sorry, I'm like so bad at explaining things. Need the detail you see in the feathers, honestly. Or blur them out a bit, like if it's not super important. Are you nervous when you explain? No, it's just my head literally like goes blank and I'm like, man, there's some word that describes this concept and I don't know it. But let's say we'll grab like our shadow color. And let's get it everywhere we feel like we need the cast shadow. I'm gonna like try and do a little Rembrandt action. Just need a refresher. Yeah. I mean, like, if I had, like, if I could just, like, whip up all the, like, the words, the verbiage, I feel like it would be better. And again, I'm assuming the shadow is coming from, like, this direction, kind of pointing towards her, okay? And so we have, like, a cast shadow from her head, even. You know, maybe the hair throwing a shadow on the arm further. The POV of the pic. The character? They are Harpy. Mm-hmm. And it's like, you can definitely get in here and like deepen your shadows. But you just want to start at like the right color, kind of, for your scene. Because like this color that I'm using right now wouldn't work in like any scene. It would just work in some scenes. And I think you can get more confident in trying to push your shadow a little bit and allow some stuff to be in shadow. Because like, we all love some abs, but like if the lighting isn't hitting it right, then you might not necessarily see that much of it. Like maybe this leg is all in shadow. That's kind of me assuming that this wing isn't like blocking out a lot, you know? Because if that wing was like, again, blocking that lighting, I feel like you'd have to probably do something where like majority of the body is actually in shadow. And then you have to figure out like, then you need to push your ambient occlusion in the shadows, again, to kind of give you that thing you're looking for. But you don't necessarily, how you had it, you were like stacking shadows when they wouldn't necessarily stack, but you'll still have your darkest darks in the shadow. The wing shouldn't cast shadow on the body. Based on where your lighting was coming from on the face, I feel like it would probably be blocking the body. You know? Because if it's up here and the wing is like blocking it, it's gonna be blocking the body in some way. So that's why I don't fool with like super crazy cast shadows, because I'm like, man, I don't want to think about like what parts the body is like covered up and what parts aren't, you know? Because it's like you might have something like this where it's like covering half of the leg and like a part of the leg sticking out. I don't want to think about it that hard, but definitely a thing. And then again, you can even use this pink color you kind of like, and then just like, not this intensely, but it could be softly in the edges of your shadow. Like your shadows don't have to be all one color. And that'll help you give that like that nice pop. Yeah, I mean, you definitely could. And that's kind of what I was saying, like, depends on the type of piece you want to do. And you can have, like, areas of, like, it's almost like washed out because it's like so bright and everything else is in shadow, you know? Or you could have the opposite where it's like, you know, the shadows are too dark that you can't really see anything in it. And so you lose all that detail and you can only see the form that is defined by the shadow, kind of. But yeah, I think it's like you could have something like that. Then actually, I would say that this leg probably wouldn't get so dark. Because again, they're like flying in the sky, right? It'd probably just get like kind of like washed out like that. Like there's probably no, it'd be hard for things unless it's like in her belly button and like maybe where her legs are like squeezed together that you can get like some really dark areas. But it's like probably a lot of this is going to be light because all of the ground is bouncing back up at the character. You know, and it's like you have it in the wings. Blow it out. Oops. Yes, that's kind of all I have to really say. Yeah, you could darken this up if you want to. Like you could have these like areas up in here be dark, but as long as you're not overlapping those shadows, it should be fine. The shadow should blend into one to the other. But again, just remember that that doesn't necessarily impact your ambient occlusion. Or doesn't have to, I think. What inspired you to start streaming? Well, I had been streaming on like a different website for a while, like Picardo. So I was doing art streams already, and so I just thought maybe I could, like, you know, maybe interact with more people on Twitch. Yes. Ambient occlusion should be like always visible. Always. Like even in like the lights, if it's ambient occlusion, it's just the areas that aren't able to receive the light, right? So some people, and I feel like I've seen you work in grayscale too, some people will like take a grayscale and then start at like, you start with everything being like white, and then you slowly add in like black shadows in the deepest areas. And you slowly work it out. And those are only the areas that aren't able to receive some bounce light from something else. You know, that's how you have to think about that. But yeah, I mean, it looks really good, Arca. It's a big, big piece. Like, I'd be terrified to work on this just because there's so much going on. I think you really did a good job. Just a few few things to think about, you know? But kind of, you can see like right now, it's like maybe if you're zoomed in too much, it's not so good. But like if we're zoomed out, I feel like those abs, they be popping, you know? And I feel like you don't necessarily have that, even though you have them so well defined in this version. Having there be a lack of detail makes those little pieces like stick out even more, you know? It kind of gives me some Frazetta vibes. Something to think about. Keep up the good work. You got it. Also, No Beard Kid, thank you for following. Seems like you're making awesome community, teaching and inspiring others. Ah, It's fine. I don't think I do a lot of teaching. But I'm always happy to. Yes, I will send it to you. Okay. And I'll at you in the Discord. Professor Puff. Ooh, I have to like reach around my tablet to use my keyboard. Hey, Sheepu. Good to see you. You big old piece. I don't really do big pieces anymore, you know? It's like, this is as big as it gets, really, for me lately. I'll tell you. There was this one picture where I was like sure I was gonna lose my mind. It was hold on, I'm gonna change my music. It was a harpy snuggling and maybe doing some naughty business with a snake person. And it wasn't just them. They were in like a kind of like a hookah lounge, like laying on like pillows and blankets, and then they had like lighting coming in from shoot, what is the word? A lattice wall, kind of. And I was like, it was so difficult. It was forever ago. But it's like, it's just so difficult. So many things to think about. And I will tell you, I really didn't understand at the time how to manage characters' colors and how the characters' colors change depending on the lighting. So one of the characters is green with red hair. The other character is blue and purple, just completely blue and purple. And so I didn't know how to balance them in a scene to make them look like they actually existed in the same space. Like it kind of looked like I had just put two characters in a like over a room. They weren't in the room, they were over it, kind of, because I didn't know how to like actually establish their I guess shadows in the proper colors. You know what I mean? It's so difficult. Oh, did you? Okay, I'll have to take a peek. Wait, where did you post it? Did you post it in the Discord? Did you post it on Twitter? Maybe you revisit it? Nope. Nope. That was the paid work. And it's done. I like dug it up the other day, so I don't think it's posted anywhere. And I probably should. I'm thinking I'll probably start posting some of my old art like that online on like my other account. But yeah. I don't know if that's a life I want to live, you know? I couldn't post. Oh, on Instagram? Okay, cool. I'll take a look. If you draw in traditional, your drawing style would be the same? No. But it probably wouldn't be that different necessarily. Like, I'd always been drawing like curvy figures, big lips, like pretty eyes and stuff. Even when I only did traditional. So it's like, I'd probably still be doing something like that. It's just, it would probably be, I don't know. Been so long. I haven't done any traditional in like many, many years. Do you have a preferred platform for posting art? No. I just really don't post my art very much. I would say that Twitter had been like where I posted things the most. But I'm pretty lazy about posting over there. Or lazy about posting really anywhere. I don't want this song. What do I want? Do some of this. Big ol' lives. Have you abandoned tradition? No, I don't think so. It is funny though, like thinking about it, because it's like I was just a little kid and I was like, I just like drawing characters with like big boobs and like curves, scantily clad. And that was just like my vibe ever since I was young. Like I'm trying to think of like what must my family have thought of me. Because they never seemed to mind that so much, but they didn't like it when I would draw monsters. Like my mom didn't care, but like my grandparents were never too happy about it. But same. Wait, since you were young? Yeah, Rim Jims. Since I was young. Like, not that young. But I remember like, I don't know. It was just a lot. Like, there's this one picture I could specifically think about, and it was like a cheetah leopard woman, and she's like crouching in a tree, and she's like just naked, but she's covered in fur. So I was like, it's fine. You know, a cat doesn't wear clothes. For the fitting class. Now. I mean, it was sound logic, and I remember going to my mom and explaining, I'm like, right? Why would she wear clothes? She's covered in fur. And my mom's like, fair point. I was like, hey, Nose, Ricochet. Same, I used to draw monsters and dinosaurs and gladiators, and your mom's hated it. Why wouldn't I? Why don't you draw a flower? Flowers are hard to draw. But yeah, it was just funny. A degen since childhood. Flowers don't pay the bills. But I could never tell my parents I draw curvy ladies. Really? Really? See, I can't tell what that means about me. Like if I'm just like I'm probably shameless, but like I think I have like this thing about me where it's like I don't mind appearing bad if I'm being myself at like to a degree, right? Because I still put on makeup to see you guys, but like if somebody can't handle me at my crazy, then they can't handle me at all, you know? So I don't try to hold back too much things about me, you know? Y'all know what I mean? Like I want people to understand what they're getting into if they hang out with me. It's like I can try and like behave myself, and like I might not curse if I'm out with like I might not curse if I'm out with my grandparents or my parents, but you know, otherwise I'm a sailor. Hey Kaijin man, amazing chest ahead. Yes. And then toes. It's a, you're in a landmine, they will find out in a big way. Yeah, my mom wants me to draw this and that, and I want to draw what I'm comfortable with. They think you're a nice little boy. So they're gonna be a day when I have to explain to my parents that I draw tons, and I mean tons of muscle women, and how I got to this fight. You love the fupa? Thank you. Oof, not the toes. We all hold back when we're in front of our parents. You want the crazy? You can't handle the crazy. It's true. Like, it's all fine and dandy, and then you talk about how you want to, like, collect skeletons and wet specimens, and they're like, oh, they think you're crazy like that. When family members ask for your socials. Yeah. I got in trouble one time because I was trying to show one of my family members my art, and my grandma was there. But it's like, she knew the kind of art I made, but I didn't want to show it to her. But I was like, no, I don't think you'd like it. And my grandma was like, you don't know what I would like? And I was like, yikes. I try to show people my real face. I'm such a people pleaser, and it's so hard. You've got too many red flags. Really named all her snails after chat. There's definitely levels to crazy. It's true. You should date an archaeologist. I don't know what that means, no say. But yeah, it was even at a point where, I mean, I don't know. It's like, when people ask me the kind of art I do, I still kind of have to, like, think to myself, I'm like, okay, well, this person's like my doctor, and I kind of care that they don't get too weirded out by me. So I'm like, I make art for, like, video games, you know, that type of thing. And then they're like, oh, okay. And no, they don't understand. So it's like, it doesn't really matter what you say. But I don't typically say, like, I might say I draw pinups, but I don't go past that. Also, I didn't expect you to be around for so long, Solo Switch. I was like, for sure they're gonna have to, like, go to work or something. So they can't be all up in your business like that. Do you even know? I don't want to know. I don't want to know. So, like, in general, I'd, like, quit showing my art to my family, mostly because I was like, yeah, I don't really... That's an interaction I didn't enjoy. Put on a straight jacket, I know. I would say that's true. I try and tone down everything about myself when I'm with doctors, because I'm like, it's fine. I think I'm fine in those ways. Hey, Mooney. Oh my goodness, Mooney. Pipopu Abra, Pipopu Abra. Thank you so much for subscribing with your Prime. How's it going? Well, it was a lot more than a pinup that my grandma was trying to look at, and that's kind of why I was like, no, I'm okay. I'll pay an exposure. Oh, yeah? How's that been going? What program are you using? No, I haven't made, like, any progress. Blender, nice. Yeah. Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. Like, yeah, I don't know. I was gonna say, most of my art I make, I don't think appeals to, like, any of my friends. It's like, you know, it's like a bummer and all that, but at the same time, it's like, I wouldn't necessarily want to hear about the ins and outs of how somebody might like my art, especially if I, like, talk to them regularly. That might make me uncomfortable. I think that was like a thing recently on Twitter or something where people are like having people like post the picture that like that the person originally saw to follow them. That's good though, I would say. I think I was trying to say it earlier. I've been kind of like in a weird spot with art where I've had like the least amount of pressure on myself ever. And that's been an interesting thing. Like I don't find myself like pressuring myself to do or like want to think about art or get too worked up about it. All the people. Mm-hmm. But I would say, yeah, like it's not been great just because I've been maybe more demotivated with art lately. And a while, like previously, like a while back, like I was just desperate to do art, and I was like, but I can't because everything hurts. So, been weird waves of like wanting to do art and then like not wanting to do art. But maybe that's like probably pretty normal. Oh yeah, I like woke up not early, but earlier than I have in a long time. And it's like, wow, I have so much of a day still. It's crazy. Have long days, you mean? But yeah, thank you again, Mooney. No, that is a great feeling. Yeah, feeling like you have a whole day. Not wanting to do art. I see. It's unusual for me. But it's like I'm enjoying working right now, so it's like I don't know why I felt that way. I'm thoroughly enjoying this. I've also been trying to think of like I'm trying to think of I think I've told you guys, but I'm having another surgery. Like April. So I'm trying to like think of what kind of work I'm gonna be able to get done before then. What things am I gonna focus on? Yeah, I'm having another arm surgery. So I won't be able to like probably draw at least for like at least a week, and then I probably shouldn't expect to be able to draw anything for another week. Same arm. I don't know if you can see it. You can kind of see that there's like the stitch or the seam, I guess it's called a scar, they're gonna go in here again, and then it's gonna end up being like that big, which will be fun. By fun, like not fun. Yeah. Pretty bummed. There was a concert I had wanted to go to, but it's like 4 days after my surgery, and I'm like, there's a part of me that's like, yeah, you could just do it, but there's a high chance that I'm just gonna feel like terrible. No, there's no Chrome. It sucks. Be nice to get some Chrome. Is it a price for being an artist or just an injury? It's a little bit of the price of being an artist, but I had it's called cubital nerve syndrome. I think that's what it's called. But it's just where your nerve is being compressed, like whenever your elbow is bent, like the nerve that runs through here. And so I already had carpal tunnel surgery, and then I already had the one that decompressed to this, so there was no longer like stuff keeping it tight, but it moves over my bone, and that's kind of an issue. So they're gonna take the nerve and put it on this side of my arm instead. So from what I'm hearing is like, I don't think I have like hyper flexibility at all, or not in my elbow at least, but they say like people who are hypermobile in some fashion typically have a higher chance of having issues with their nerves. Thank you, Sappy Real. It's helping you pick your colors when you're getting your shoulder surgery. So luckily I don't have any issues with my shoulders. Knock on wood. And it's a little upsetting, like my left arm has been acting up lately, but my left arm doesn't really matter that much. So I'm like hoping I can just like ignore it for a while. You know, and try and not necessarily need a surgery for that for a while. I would like that. Okay. You train a bit? Like, do I work out? Is that what you're asking? Yes. I don't know what you mean by train. There's a condition where hypomobility and stretchy skin are two different markers. Oh, really? Your glorious traps. They're not that big. However, I did work with traps the other day. I don't know. I can't flex. Oh, look at me. Yeah, I hate shrugs. Hate. And you always make like a stupid face, you know? Who looks harder? Oh no, I said I can't flex. I was trying to hide my shame. Okay. I feel like I've gotten lost. I've rendered that gold a bit. I need to probably just add a little pop over here. Are the traps? See, I like shoulders more, personally. I don't think my lighting's good. But sometimes I have striations. I need like top-down lighting, you know? Yep. I like remember I first saw like my first like chest striations, and it was I was doing shrugs, and I was just kind of like, huh. It was the first time I noticed any type of striation on me, and I was like, what is that? Like, what are all these like weird like bumps and stuff? And I'm like, ew, is that just where my muscles are like connected? Like they're not even and nice. They just have like these weird like bumps and lumps and stuff. I'm like, ew. When it comes to shoulders. I enjoy working shoulders out. Of a Chad. I was trying to do a Chad face. And one of my friends said that it didn't look good. I was so upset. Dude, I'm definitely bumpy now. A torso? You hate lateral raises? Really? I feel like they're fine. Okay, I'll check it out, Mooney. Thank you. What about the torso? Are you saying you like abs, or do you like the, like, what are they called? Serratus muscles? I guess I go pretty light, so it's just, I really just rep out always. Yeah. The whole thing. For your big fan of serratus. Yeah, me too. Those are a good one. And it's also like weird to me, like how shrugs, I guess they develop your traps, but it's like you're mostly moving like the lower muscles to raise your shoulder up, you know? It's pretty weird. Okay, let me say this. You like shrugs? Mooney. Get you somebody with a nice back? I mean, I also agree. The backs. You ain't talking booty? Rim Jims, was it you who was drawing like a mermaid one time and they had like some serious, like, nice back muscles? Because I feel like, I don't know if I raided you or if I was in a raid that maybe went and saw you. But I feel like that's a memory I have. Yeah. That's so old. Gotta have that definition. This is an okay bop. Like, not great. Okay. I'm gonna do this one again. Yeah, for sure. Still living in my brain, you know? It's a good back. You know, I don't think my friends have discussed what time we're going to the gym. Let me ask. Typing with my left hand. Whew. My back, though, speaking of backs, is killing me. Like, I was doing my deadlifts the other day, and I don't know how I had hurt myself. I didn't hurt myself. I'm just so sore. And I don't know how I ended up getting so sore. Okay. I got a confirmation on a time, so I'm out. Now I need to go message somebody else. Yeah, gonna try. It's another leg day, so I'm gonna see if I can do more. Another plate. We never skip leg day? Never. And I've been not doing it as much lately because I'm trying to like work out my upper body as much as I can before I have my surgery. But in the past, on my deadlift days, I would do just more legs. So I like have squat day, leg day, and then like back day, leg day. But lately, I've just been doing more back on those days. Chiama Dras, howdy. One can hope. KN2 Arts, thank you for following. Welcome in. Howdy. Dude, this song is such a bop. All right, time before you draw yourself. Nice. What kind of art do you do? Also, thank you for following. See, I'm like just going through and I'm like, got all these little like marks here and there. Like, why is that there? Trying to decide how much of this like thing here I want it to look like a ribbon. I see. Very nice. Now I gotta go find something else. I don't know. Ah. You flatter me. Thank you. I don't usually do a lot of rendering. I will say, a few days ago, like a few weeks ago, probably, I was trying to get like a portfolio together because I want to try and go to a convention and like table. I don't have high hopes of it actually going through this time, but I like, went through and just had to grab like some of my old pictures and make them into like fake merchandise. And I was like, wow, that Jolene sure looks like she's almost finished, doesn't she? I'll probably still redo it, but you know. Oh, I have no idea how long this has taken because I had started it last year and then I like quit working on it for like the whole year. And I would say like in this last month I had started working on it again, like mostly on streams. You must believe. I don't know. I'm a little nervous about it because it's like you have to have like an example of your table and stuff. And I don't have a table and I don't have table stuff yet. But I'll get it if I have to. But since like I don't have like a bunch of like conventions, I don't know. I didn't want to buy it and then like not use it, you know what I mean? So I had to like do a little drawing mock-up of it. Yeah. And so like I've been looking for other conventions to maybe try and apply to, but I have not had good luck. Also, hey, Moon Ronan. You haven't seen me in a bit. It's going all right. How are you doing? You want to build a portfolio? Do you have any advice? Oh. IKEA stream? That would be fun. Going on like a little road trip and then we go look for a bunch of stuff for my table. That'd be fun. I'd enjoy that. I have no real advice on a portfolio. I would say it depends on what your portfolio is for. Like if it's just your generally like your best works, or if it is for like a tabling event and you want it to be like, you know, prints and keychains and all that type of thing. But keep it to the stuff that you actually want to make. Like don't have, just because you did the art doesn't mean that you have to include it if it's not something that you want to do more of, you know? Unless you just have it there because you're like, this is a feat for me, you know? You're trying to table yourself, but it's so hard. The competition is steep. Yeah, and I think the convention I'm going to is like one of the judged ones too. But I have friends who table, and I don't know. They say things like how they think I could do it, but I'm not convinced. But I'll try. And I went ahead and set it up and I applied. And so we'll see. Oh, so I can't complain. I'm gonna grab some food real quick. Hey, quick question. What type of bird do you have again? I'm considering buying one. I have a parakeet slash, I guess it's like a budgeriggar. I don't think I said that right. Let's see. Exclamation mark bird. What does that say? Bird. Oh. That's what it is. It. Poor Abra. You know, something I've thought about, and I don't know how to do it, but I think I want this part of the skirt, or the top, to be like, more reflective than it is. My first table was at GalaxyCon. Well, money was good. You're so introverted, so talking to people. Oh, it's hard talking to people constantly? Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it seems like, I can't tell I don't know. I've heard mixed things on like how much you should try and actually like talk to people. Like I feel like you want to be like, hi, if you're looking at anything or if you want me to pull something out, let me know. And then that's probably about it. You probably don't need to like talk to them too much more unless they try and get engaged with you. So I don't know. Not a box of bees. Thank you for following. Yeah, because like somebody I was like listening to, they were saying like, I don't know, they try to not talk to people too much. You want to have a portfolio with all your best pieces. You want it to have to show to people to make an idea of the works I can do and know if I'm skilled enough. Well, who the heck? Yeah, I don't know. Mine is not great. Let me see if I can find mine. Like, I just like dug up old pictures I had and like polished them a tiny bit. Just because I don't have a lot of like finished works that I can really just share with people. But I used a website called Canva specifically for this, like, and I just set up like a little slideshow for mine. But a lot of people will like just use a website. Some people might have like a dedicated Instagram to only posting their art. I think all of those are probably fairly accepted. Like, I know a lot of people like websites, but I don't know. They want a signature. You have a line, get a stamp of it, assembly line. Got those art pieces. Wait, what do you mean? Add the artwork you have. Oh, it was off the hook. I see. Oh, well, thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, I don't know. It's fine. I think it's fine. It's just, I just can't tell maybe if they would want like somebody who's a bit more experienced with tabling or actually has like products. Like if they're not willing to like just let a person who just wants to have products, you know? Oh, you're saying so just have a stamp in case people do want a signature? Yeah, I mean, I have my like, I try and do a little signature when I sign things. Little pixie. But it's fairly inconsistent. Powder poop. Okay. That's probably better. Yeah, pixie powder poop. And to have a portfolio so when someone tries to hire me, or to do work for me, they know what you can do. I see. So like if you're applying to somewhere, then you would send them this thing? Or is this something you want to have online in general and then have people find you with it? Edward Draws Stuff. Thank you for following. is to start tabling. I know. I know. My main thing that I have like I'm nervous about with tabling is like the fact that I don't do a ton of anime and stuff, and like if I'm going to an anime convention, I gotta have a ton of anime probably. Sippy, probably smart. Yeah. Sorry, I'm trying to like plug in my headset because it's dying. That's not right. Okay. I think that's it. I almost spilled my drink everywhere. Watch a whole bunch of anime. Yeah. Fair point. Okay, see, that already looks a little bit more reflective than it did. Oh shit, it's not plugged in. It's like beeping at me. My phone charging at all? Oh my god, it's not even charging. Hello? What did I have? Oh shoot. Charge. I just didn't have it plugged in all the way. Oh my god, I thought my phone had been charging all this time. Yeah, I kind of agree. Or by kind of, I think I agree, Chama. That's probably how I would go about it, is just make sure you're doing, like, don't have a bunch of environment art if you're not planning on doing environment art. You know? Or don't have a bunch of characters if you want to do one thing. But if you want to say that you do them all, then maybe include some of each. Well, your knowledge overshadows your lack of content. Wait, so you're saying so just people can come up to me and like talk to me about anime? Yeah, at least don't appear like I know nothing. Awesome print to get though. Thank you. I've been trying to think of how I would set it up to be a print if I don't have a background. And I didn't set up a lighting scenario to work with any specific background, you know? I have to like think about it. I have a lot of things to do tomorrow. I have to go to bed. Oh, well, I'm probably about to end like here soon for the gym, so you're not missing much more. Thanks for hanging out. Have a good rest of your day. Ooh, I don't know how to say your name. Is it E Riot Draws? Maybe? Thank you for following. You know what you're doing. We'll keep you afloat. Usually it sits on a bed, so maybe make a version of her. Yeah. Yeah, I should try and do that. That's what you curl but eyed. A JoJo outro? Okay. I'll try and remember. I'm not quite ready, but I think I probably should consider bouncing here sooner than later. because it's fine. I'm gymming at like 6:30. It's like not even 6 yet. Yeah, wish me luck. I'm gonna have like, well, we'll see. I have no idea if I'm gonna be able to like do another play again or not. Or if like my legs are sore. Thank you, Coffee Addict. Also, thank you for subscribing. My hardworking gains. I don't know if y'all saw. I posted an Instagram, I think, reel of me doing like my squat, but I posted it, and on the set I did before I PR'd, like my knee was in like a ton of pain on the like ascent, and like I think in like for the original audio I hear it like pop, and I'm like, oh, I was like so scared. I was like, man, am I not gonna be able to do it today? It was wild. Listen. Do you do dynamic stretches beforehand? Sometimes. It made like a popping sound, and then I think I moaned. I was like, ow. And then I was like, yeah, I'm not sure about that one. It was weird. It was my knee. I don't know. I like struggled with that rep for some reason, and like my knees tried to come in, and when I still tried to push up, even with that, is when it started hurting. So it's like, I just don't do that. It should be fine. The area I have like the most difficulty with is like my adductors. Those, whenever I do like deadlifts, those are always like achy. Shinobi Arts, thank you for following. I just did a leg day today. Got scared. I was gonna be crushed. Oh. Oh, was it one of those, oh god, I'm old pops? I don't think so. I mean, it could have been. To me, it seems like it's just like a knee issue I have. And for the most part, it's not an issue, but it was like an issue that day. Aw, nice. I love working out nowadays. That's why I like started posting those types of things more, because it's like I like disappeared for a bit, like from my streams, and so I'm like, you know, I'm out here existing, in case y'all were wondering. Not dead yet. Still try to lift and not get crushed. The other day, though, the squat day before the last squat day, I failed pretty badly. Not badly. Okay, it wasn't bad. But I don't think my friend was ready to like hoist me up. I mean, it's like the weight wasn't gonna hurt me and the safeties are high enough, but I like was floundering. I was like just like panicking. No, I didn't try and squat too much. When I was at the bottom, or like when I was deciding whether or not I was gonna do another rep, I was like, I wonder how many more reps I have in the tank. And I'm like, I don't know. There's one way to find out. And so I went ahead and did it. I'm like, well, I guess it was 0 reps in reserve. Are you doing deadlifts? You don't look that strong? Wow, rude. Did you try to squat too much? No. As you're pushing yourself? I try. My training arc? Oh man. It's pretty great. Oh, and then like another one of my little things I'm trying to do again before my surgery. This one should happen. Like if it doesn't happen, that sucks. But I'm trying to get to bench 100 pounds before my surgery, and I already benched 95. So it's like it should happen unless something terribly goes wrong. It should happen, I think. You're all right. So happy the gym grew on you. Me too. Yeah. I will say, like, it does bum me out sometimes when I think about, like, how I really should have been trying to eat more food earlier in working out. But I enjoy it a lot. This area still looks like pretty scribbly. Maybe it's fine. I get gym anxiety as a woman, but I'm trying to go straight in the morning or late at night. I say. Yeah. I would say the good thing is, like, at least for me at my gym, most people are pretty, like, chill. And most people are trying to just do their own thing. Like, most people pay me no mind. But I also, like, go with, like, a bunch of people most of the time. So I'm not, like, alone. Wow. Well, I didn't really render the hair, and I didn't really render the, that little piece of jewelry, and I didn't do the lines yet. But I think once I do all that, I'll be done. Maybe. I know, with the lace. I hate lace. Oh. No, I actually just remembered something now. It's like, I probably should try and add, like, some little details in here. Or, you know, screw it and just don't do it. Yes, it is. Guinevere? That's my plan, Coffee Addict. AJ Touch. Thank you for following. Goodness, what else should I try? I don't think I have any more time. I'm like trying to think of like, what can I maybe work on for like a few more minutes, but I don't think I have enough time to like actually like mentally invest and settle in with like thoughts. You know what I mean? Anyway, let me find somebody for us to raid. Let's see. Tech Man, thank you for following. Well, I imagine that they probably aren't going to be going much longer, but let's go raid Zakawa. Y'all don't know her. She is an amazing artist, and I think she's working on a manga, and she does it traditionally. Y'all probably know her. Yeah, light bother. Don't bother. The cow is really nice, you know, so I don't like bothering her very much, you know? Yeah, thank y'all for watching and hanging out. I had a lot of fun. Short. Yeah, it was. Thank you guys again. I really appreciate it. Let's see, raid. Light bother. Zakawa. Okay, and then raid. Is that not it? How did that not work? Sub raid? There we go. And then no sub raid. So you guys can grab those if you want to have a raid message. And I don't know when I'll be back. I'm probably best for me to not make any promises because I always let y'all down, but hopefully I see you guys again before the end of the week, you know? If not, you know, follow me on my socials to keep up with me, okay? Anyway, thank you guys again for hanging out. Take care. Enjoy the rest of your week if I don't see you. Goodbye. Loloik. Thank you for following. Good Chad Mindset. And Gideon. Thank you all for following. Take care. Go say hi to Zakawa for me. Goodbye. Bye. Bye. maybe I'll post at the gym, okay? See y'all. Bye.